Viewers, the city of Mumbai plunged into chaos today in the name of language pride as Raj Thakkre's MNS and his associates took over the streets to stage a protest over the Marathi language. Hundreds of MNS workers took to the streets of Mira Road to counter a stir organized by traders after a local shop owner was recently thrashed by MNS workers for refusing to speak in Marathi. Now, this political storm seems to have sent ripples through the Maharashtra government. Just minutes after the Chief Minister criticized the MNS for holding a protest without permission, one of his own ministers was seen at the protest site. Yes, you heard that right. Maharashtra Minister Pratap Sarnaik not only joined the MNS protest but also criticized the state police for detaining MNS workers. And that's not all. He further went on to say that the police action to maintain law and order is not justifiable. But viewers, one cannot ignore the kind of political significance of this entire tussle. Let's take a quick look at some of the reactions coming in.
महाराष्ट्र में किसी भी मोर्चे को इजाजत है, ये लोकतांत्रिक राज्य है, वो भी मोर्चा निकालना चाहे तो परमिशन लेकर निकाल सकता है। लेकिन जब कोई परमिशन लेता है तो उसका रूट किस प्रकार से होना चाहिए। अगर रूट में कई ट्रैफिक के प्रॉब्लम्स है, अगर रूट में कोई ऐसी जगह है कि जहां पर स्टैम्पिड जैसी अवस्था हो सकती है, कुछ ऐसी चीजें होगी तो पुलिस रूट चेंज करने को कहती है। तो मैंने जब पुलिस कमिश्नर से पूछा तो पुलिस कमिश्नर ने मुझे कहा कि हमने उनको रूट चेंज करने के लिए कहा था, लेकिन वो एडामेंट थे कि हमको यही रूट लेना है, इसलिए पुलिस ने उसको नकारा है।
आताच महाराष्ट्राचे मुख्यमंत्री, महाराष्ट्राचे गृहराज्यमंत्री यांनी असं सांगितलं की आम्ही मोर्चाला परवानगी देत होतो, फक्त रूट बदलायला सांगत होतो। मला स्पष्टपणे सांगायचं आहे की मोर्चाची परवानगी पोलीस द्यायला तयार नव्हते आणि जो रूट बदलण्याचा विषय आहे तो ते आम्हाला सांगत होते। घटना घडली मीरा रोड मध्ये, व्यापाऱ्यांनी मोर्चा काढला मीरा रोड मध्ये आणि आम्हाला सांगत होते मोर्चा काढा घोडबंदर रोडला। मला सांगा, मीरा रोड मधल्या घटनेचा घोडबंदरला कोणी मोर्चा काढता का? याचा अर्थ तुम्हाला परवानगी द्यायची नव्हती, तुम्ही गुजरात्यांना परवानगी दिली, त्यांच्यावर गुन्हे दाखल केले, आमच्यावर पण गुन्हे दाखल करायचे होते। आम्ही कोणी नाही म्हटलेलं तुम्हाला।
मैं जा रहा हूँ मीरा भाईंदर, देखते पुलिस क्या करती है। आज जिस तरीके से मोर्चे को लेकर मैं जा रहा हूँ, पुलिस जो करे वो गलत करेगी।
Now remember that MNS has been at the forefront of this battle over language, and this is a party that has 0 MPs in parliament, no MLAs or MLCs in the state. In the last election, it lost its deposit in 84 out of 125 seats it contested in. So why now? Let's tell you what exactly this means. Why is MNS looking to milk this issue? Why are all sides treading cautiously on this matter? One is the election for India's richest municipal body, that is the BMC, is to take place soon. The second reason is that BMC has long been a stronghold of Uddhav's Shiv Sena faction. The third reason is that this gives an opportunity for MNS's political revival using Marathi pride. Reason number 4, neither party would want to openly oppose the pro-Marathi protests. But it doesn't end there. In Tamil Nadu, a tragic train accident in Cuddalore today claimed the lives of 3 school students. Even in this tragedy, DMK leaders found a way to plug their anti-Hindi imposition agenda. They linked the collision to railway staff not knowing Tamil.
It is better to have already there was an incident, there was an accident here, and the railway authorities themselves had stated that it was because the person did not know the Tamil language, he could not understand what is told to him. The same thing has happened now. So it is always better in such important positions, the people who know the local language should be posted, so that will be helpful. That will at least save the people.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guests. Joining us, we have Tushar Gupta, political analyst, advocate Susie Ben Shah, Shiv Sena spokesperson. Anish Gadve is Shiv Sena UBT spokesperson. We have Anish Gawande, NCP SP national spokesperson. Salim Dhanidharan is DMK's national spokesperson, joining us on the panel as well. Let me start with the Shiv Sena UBT spokesperson, Anish Gadve. सवाल ये उठता है अनिश गादवे कि ये किस हद तक जाएगी, कहां तक हम इस वायलेंस को टॉलरेट करेंगे? क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं लोगों का ये कहना है कि आप लैंग्वेज को लेके ऑपोजिशन करिए, पॉलिटिक्स करिए, लेकिन लोगों को मारना, इस तरह मारपीट करना कितना उचित है? क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली ये लोग जो आए हुए हैं संविधान के मुताबिक उनको पूरे अधिकार है कि देश के किसी भी भाग में जाके काम करें, किसी भी भाग में जाके पढ़ाई करें। ये सब अधिकार सारे नागरिकों को दिया गया है भारत में। अनीश गादवे,
जाहिर सी बात है और मैं आपके इस जो भी आप बोल रहे हैं मैं उससे एग्री करता हूं। सबसे पहली बात ये ध्यान में रखिए कि संविधान ने सबको यहाँ वहां पूरे देश में घूमने का अधिकार दिया है। उसी संविधान के आधार पर भारत एक संघराज्य बना, लेकिन भाषा के आधार पर संघराज्य बना। यह चीज भी हमें ध्यान रखनी चाहिए। भारत की निर्मिति और भारत के राज्यों की निर्मिति संविधान के आधार पर बनाई गई है। सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात यह है कि राज्यों में अपनी अपनी लैंग्वेजेस है, अपनी अपनी रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस है। अगर पूरे इंडिया से मुंबई में, महाराष्ट्र में लोग आते हैं और वो बसते हैं, कुछ सालों बाद 8, 10, 15, 20, 40, 50 सालों बाद या तो डिकेड्स, मेनी डिकेड्स और मेनी जनरेशन टू जनरेशन।
लेट मी कट अ लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट, लेट मी कट टू द चेस। आप जो कह रहे हो उससे मैं सहमत हूं, लेकिन इस वजह से आप किसी को मार तो नहीं सकते ना।
Exactly, let him condemn my MNS.
आप MNS को कंडेम करिए। बिल्कुल,
डेफिनेटली यहाँ पे कोई उठ के किसी को जाके मार नहीं रहा है। आप
तो क्या किया है सर?
सामने
शुरुआत तो ऐसे हुई है। आप कह रहे हो कि वो मराठी नहीं आता, उसको जाके मार दिया आपने दुकानदार को।
आपने उस दुकानदार ने क्या कहा वो स्टोरी आपने शायद नहीं देखी रहेगी। उसने मराठी भाषा का अपमान किया। महाराष्ट्र में रह के अगर
तो आप हाथ उठाएंगे, आप पुलिस कंप्लेंट करिए सर।
भाषा का दर्जा
सर आप पुलिस कंप्लेंट करिए।
अगर आप रिस्पेक्ट
नहीं, ये गलत बात है। आप अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मीन्स, इलीगल मीन्स यूज करेंगे तो उसका ऑब्वियसली ऑपोजिशन होगा, आपको MNS को कंडेम करना चाहिए किसी भी हालत में। अगर किसी को भी किसी इशू से किसी तरह की प्रॉब्लम होती तो उसका आंसर इज नॉट वायलेंस, देयर इज अ पुलिस, देयर इज अ क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम टू टेक केयर ऑफ दैट।
खुद सन्मान्य राज साहब ठाकरे ने यह कहा है कि किसी के साथ मारपीट करने की जरूरत नहीं है।
नहीं, राज ठाकरे ने क्या कहा मैं आपको बता देता हूं। राज ठाकरे ने ओपन कॉल फॉर वायलेंस दिया है। तरह तरह के टाइम्स में तरह तरह के स्टेटमेंट्स दिए। पहले वो कहते हैं बीट गुजरात और एनीवन एल्स दे डोंट मस्ट नो बट देयर इज नो नीड टू बीट पीपल इफ दे डोंट स्पीक मराठी, येट इफ समवन क्रिएट्स अ सीन यू मस्ट हिट देम बिलो द ईयर ड्रम। If you beat someone, don't record a video of the incident. तो कहते हैं कि मारो पर रिकॉर्ड मत करो वीडियो पे। फिर कहते हैं कि हम गुंडे हैं, अगर हमको इंसाफ के लिए गुंडागर्दी करनी है, we will do गुंडागिरी। ये कैसे स्टेटमेंट है सर?
माधव आपने उतना ही सुना, उसके पहले भी उन्होंने एक वाक्य कहा है। उन्होंने कहा है कि उठो और किसी को भी मारपीट करो, ऐसा ना करो। देखो सामने वाला बंदा अगर बात कर भी रहा है, एक दूसरा वर्ड बोल भी रहा है, तो छोड़ दो, ऐसा नहीं करना है हमें। और कोई मारपीट के साथ नहीं है। सबसे पहली बात, अगर
लेकिन बाद में कहते हैं मारेंगे,
भाषा का अपमान,
लेकिन उसके बाद कहते हैं मारेंगे, मारिए। अगर आपको वो समझ नहीं आ रहा तो मारिए। इस तरह कैसा बयान है सर? कि रिस्पॉन्सिबल बयान है क्या किसी राजनेता का?
नहीं, देखिए मैं आपको एक सीधी बात पूछता हूँ। अगर मैंने आपसे मराठी में कहा कि तुम्ही कसे आहात और आप मुझे सिर्फ एक वर्ड में जवाब दे दीजिए, मैं मस्त है, मैं बोल नहीं रहा हूँ कि आप मुझे पूरा ऐसे लिख।
सर अगर नहीं आता मेरे को तो क्या करेंगे? तो मारेंगे आप? अगर मेरे को मस्ता है नहीं पता तो आप मारेंगे, ये आप कह रहे हैं?
अगर सामने वाला हमें कहता है कि जाओ जो करना है,
सर कैसा बयान दे रहे हैं आप नेशनल टेलीविजन पे? अनीश जी शर्म आनी चाहिए आपको। इस तरह की बातें, ऑफ कोर्स लोकल लैंग्वेजेस की सेंटिमेंट होनी चाहिए, लेकिन अगर किसी को नहीं पता इसका ये सोल्यूशन नहीं है कि उसको जाके मारे। तुषार गुप्ता wants to come in on the debate. तुषार गुप्ता, your response to Anish.
I heard Anish making this point that if someone insults the Marathi language, that is a cause of pain, that is something that irks their party members. Fair enough. Their party, SSUBT, is in an alliance with Congress, whose leader insults Veer Savarkar. He ridicules his struggle before independence. He mocks it every day. His party mocks it every day. क्या आपके लीडर ने कांग्रेस पे ऐसे टिप्पणियां करी? क्या आज SSUBT के वर्कर्स कांग्रेस के खिलाफ भी वो एक्शन देंगे जो आम जनता के खिलाफ ले रहे हैं? मराठी भाषा का अपमान हो रहा है, बिल्कुल गलत है, पर क्या वीर सावरकर का अपमान जो कांग्रेस करती है, क्या उद्धव ठाकरे उनके साथ अलायंस में रहेंगे? क्या वो सही है? ये कैसा सिलेक्टिव आपका कमिटमेंट है महाराष्ट्र प्राइड की?
मुझे
सुजीवन शाह, you also want to respond to it?
अरे हम तो
Yes, I will tell you this. You see, he has
भारतीय जनता पार्टी।
एक सेकंड रुकिए, सुजीवन शाह के पास आ गया। सुजीवन शाह के बाद आपके पास आ गया।
जरा बोलू करी द्या।
उनसे करिए।
5 मिनट
कांग्रेस ने भी कभी अगर
अनीश गाजर जी, एक लेडी बात करना चाहते हैं पैनलिस्ट, उनको प्लीज थोड़ा कर्ची दिखाइए, लेट हर हैव अ से, उसके बाद आपके पास आएंगे। 2 मिनट सब्र करिए।
Yeah, very good evening. It's a pleasure to be on your show, and a very good evening to my co-panelist also. Let us understand this. The whole facade of this Medava or get-together they had was not for Marathi Manus or for Marathi language. It is for family first. Pratham Parivar. That's what is all about. See, डूबते हुए को तिनके का सहारा. उनको ना agenda, ना झंडा उबाटा को. So what they are doing? They are living in duplicity. Now, my friend Anish Bhai said that you must speak the language. How I agree. Marathi mein, if you're not born, of course, I'm born in Mumbai and Maharashtra, but if you're Annapurna, that is your ghar chalta hai, Annapurna is from Maharashtra, your Karma Bhumi is Maharashtra, Mumbai, then you must speak the language. But their own MP, Priyanka Chaturvedi, can't speak a word. In their Pratham Parivar get together, she gave a pratikya in Hindi. अहो त्याला तर व्हिडिओ नका काढू, पण मारा की कान फाडायचा करणार का तुम्ही? म्हणजे गरीब माणसाला मारायचा, व्यापारीला मारायचा आणि ह्यांना काय करायचं नाही. काय पद्धत आहे? Yesterday I was in a show
and get permission
Let her complete, sir. Let her complete. Show some patience. You have had your say. Let others come in also, please. One by one. One by one, please. This is not the way. One by one.
No, please.
Marathi people.
तुम्ही तुमचं भाषण ऐकवलं आणि आता आमचं ऐकून घ्या आमचं. ना महाराष्ट्र ना मराठी माणूस तुमचा बरोबर आहे. आम्ही दाखवून दिला विधानसभामध्ये. अजिबात बोलायचा हक्कच नाही तुम्हाला. लक्षात घ्या. Let us, you have no right whatsoever to speak about the Marathi माणूस. You have no right to speak about Hindutva.
Let me be very clear. I'm going to spread this video in entire Maharashtra.
Who said get so early?
This video in entire Maharashtra. Sushiman is saying that Marathi language has a second preference. Sushiman is saying
not at all. अजिबात नाही. मराठी आमची माय.
No, he didn't say that. Let's calm down a bit. Let's calm down. Both of you please calm down. And let me bring in some of the other panelists. You know, I want to bring in Anish Gawande, who's the national spokesperson of the NCP. Anish Gawande, you know, the entire point is this. Here you have open calls for intimidation, violence coming in from Raj Thackeray, but not a word of condemnation coming in from the NCP, which in fact has its interest in various political interests in different parts of the country. You have the Congress party. No one seems to be calling out the MNS, the Shiv Sena UBT for the kind of extremely provocative statements that are coming in. The sad part is it's nothing but an attempt to polarize for votes. We all know BMC polls are around the corner. Anish.
Madhav, thank you so much for having me on the show, and good to see so many familiar faces yet again. I want to reiterate time and again that the NCP-SP condemns any form of violence in the protection of the Marathi language. So let our stance be perfectly clear. Now, I am bemused to see today that those who are attacking hooliganism on your show right now are the same ones who are defending the trashing of the Habitat and of Kunal Kamra. So this double standard and hypocrisy cannot be tolerated when you are saying that political violence of one kind is allowed and of the other is not. The government is in your hand, the state government is in your hand, the central government is in your hand, the BMC administrator is yours. So when law and order collapses in the state, when Vaishnavi Hagavane dies because of dowry, when the Pune Posh accused gets out on bail, when the Badlapur accused school's trustees who are BJP members are still scot-free, then we must see the totality of a law and order collapse in Maharashtra under this government. I agree with you completely. Law and order has collapsed. But why is the government behaving like the opposition? They must take action. Why are their own ministers going and joining protest marches that they ostensibly want to shut down? The reality, Madhav, today is that the BJP is finding itself isolated on this issue. No other party in the state can support what the BJP is doing, which is murdering the Marathi language. Maharashtrat aaj 700 public libraries band झालेत. 700 public libraries have shut down the last 5 years. You have 5,000 teachers protesting at Azad Maidan right now. No, you have
मराठी
five.
माणूस
का
हत्यार
बंद
झाला
झाल्या हो
मुंबईवरून.
सुजीबेन? कशाला बंद झाल्या?
असं चुकीचं statement तुम्ही
5,000
करणार.
schools.
कसं काय आम्ही ऐकून घेणार?
5,000 schools that were promised funds by this government
अरे
have not
भाई,
been given funds.
you shut all
So the
Marathi
reality is
schools
this
in
government has
Mumbai.
no vision.
It is during your
Today,
tenure.
the government
The
has
Marathi
not-
Manus was thrown out to Vasai, Virar, Thana.
The-
It was during your tenure. It is during the Mahayuti government through Abhyuday Nagar to Ramabai Nagar that Marathi Manus came back. It was during your regime that you accepted the Dr. Mashelkar report.
Okay.
You placed it in the cabinet. It was accepted.
Okay.
It was
I just have one
accepted.
question. Anish Gawande, what happens to Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo, Mohabbat Ki Dukaan? These were all the claims, the slogans with which the India Alliance went into the polls in 2019. Have they all been abandoned and forgotten at the altar of political expedience? Once again, Susie Benshah, let him answer. I've asked him a question.
Madhav, I'll tell you. Madhav, I come from a state called Maharashtra, which produced both Turk, who believed in Hindi as a unifying language, and Veer Savarkar, who believed in Bhasha Shuddhi and Marathi being superior to Hindi. So I come from a state that has a diversity of perspectives. We must respect Marathi. Marathi must be given prominence, but that does not mean a disrespect to Hindi. So the reality today is, when Marathi cultural institutions are under attack, when SSC schools are being converted into CBSE schools, when Marathi language and culture is not given support or any prominence, then that's when we're raising our voice. मला मराठीतही बोलता येतं, મને ગુજરાતીમાં બી વાત કરવાનું આવડે છે. I have no problem with any languages. But in a linguistic state crafted with the balidan of 107 people, 106 people at Hutatma Chowk, how can you say that Marathi language is not going to be given importance? Madhav, I'll tell you this in all humility. I have been somebody who's opposed the Sena, Uddhavji and Rajji both. Today I stand together with them because the reality
is that one of the ministers in the state government has actually joined the MNS. So you may be questioning the MNS for carrying out these acts of violence, for protesting without police permission. But when Mr. Pratap Sarnaik lands up at the MNS protest, then there are obviously going to be questions asked about what's happening on this side of the political divide as well.
Madhavdas ji, I'll tell you what exactly happened. You see, this morcha was taken out by Marathi Ekakaran Morcha. It is taken out by Marathi people, right? And we want to join. Pratap Sarnaik hails from. He's one of the stalwarts. He's a leader from Thana districts where this Meera Bhayandar hails, right? He joined it to support. And yes, we deny. We are a political state. We are a political democracy. And everyone has a right to protest. And every Shiv Sainik stand today what Pratap Sarnaik said.
Ma'am, but does that negate the state government's position on what the opposition is calling Hindi imposition? In a sense, that comes out to justify the opposition and say that what opposition doing is correct. That this is Hindi imposition in a sense, is it not?
Madhavdas ji, it was all the violence started because there is a particular party who has done nothing for the Marathi Manus. We got given the classical language, Abhijat, the Darja we gave during our tenure. It was during on their Parivar Pratham program. The Marathi speak, the Marathi song that they sung was given by us, by the Mahayuti government. But here we have a UPT party who joined this morcha and spoiled the entire atmosphere. Violence came in. Otherwise, the protest was going on well. Pratap Sarnaik and the Shiv Sena stands for the Marathi people.
Selam Dhanidharan, there is an irony today. There is an irony today, and the irony is this. Let me bring in now the DMK spokesperson, please. Selam Dhanidharan, Chief Minister Stalin has come out to praise the Thackeray cousins, that they have taken a stand against Hindi imposition, all very well. But what has happened as far as the response coming in from the side of the UBT, they have downplayed the support, saying that our opposition is only for the primary education and its inclusion as a language in primary schools. So clearly the statement of Mr. Stalin has not found much, resonance as far as the UBT is concerned. And let's not forget, the rise of the Shiv Sena was on the basis of what Bal Thackeray and his call. I don't want to get into the specifics, but there was the word lungi used, which was a pejorative for people from the south of India. Have you forgotten all that, Mr. Dhanidharan?
You know what the irony is? The irony is that I feel really sad that the fourth pillar of democracy, that the media does not work. There was an accident in Tamil Nadu. 3 school-going children have died. Why did they die? Because a man was supposed to close the gate, was sleeping. And is it a standalone incident in Indian Railways? No. There have been 200 such incidents in the last 4 years under the Modi government. More than 500 people have died. 1,200 people have been injured. We are not speaking about it. In the previous debate in the same channel, I had to speak about the minister comment on that incident. Now the question is, why is no one speaking about how pathetically the institutions in this country are? Why? Who is responsible for the death of 3 children in Tamil Nadu today? This is not a standalone incident. The Kavach has to be installed, right? 40,000 kilometers railway line. Kavach is there only for 1,500 lines. And to install Kavach for entire railway line only takes 40,000 crores. And you want to have a super fast train from Ahmedabad to Bombay at 3 lakh crores. So 2025, we want to be a superpower, but still we have train accidents. Does it happen in China?
Train accidents as despicable as there are. Here is your party's leaders putting out advertisements in Hindi. The same language which your party is opposing in E-Road, these are the signs that have been put up in Hindi and advertising in Hindi newspapers. If you're so much against Hindi and the imposition of other languages, why is your leaders putting out these advertisements, sir?
Sir, we are not against Hindi or Marathi or any language.
You're talking about Hindi imposition. You're congratulating UBT about Hindi imposition and the opposition to that.
No, what we are against is imposition of a language in Tamil Nadu or imposition of any language in any state. It has to do with the basic understanding of the idea of India.
So if it is optional, how is it imposition?
Not letting me speak. No, India is a pluralistic society where people of different states have different culture and different language. Right? Hindi or any other language can't be imposed, let's say, in Maharashtra or in Tamil Nadu.
Where is the imposition, Selam Dharnidharan? If it's optional, how is it imposition?
Where is it not imposition? First, the Maharashtra...
It's optional, sir. It's optional. The NEP provides optional.
So, optional is what? This is the trick. What do they say? Oh, minimum there are 20 students. Then they can learn the language they choose. How will small schools find 20 students? Right? You say optional, but the problem is if you have to recruit language teachers for 20 languages, the whole budget, I did that calculation, 1 lakh schools, 20 teachers, the salary itself would reach about 2 lakh crores in Uttar Pradesh, which is 5 times higher than the education, but the primary school education budget. Which is why I'm saying that there will be 2 language policy. People learn their mother tongue in their state and English to connect with people outside of their state. What is the problem, right? The global language in the world right now is English. So I learn Tamil and English to communicate with Anish Kavade or the others.
Seram Dharnidharan, two big leaps of intellectual gymnastics that you have done today. This is the first time that I've seen a rail accident being reduced to a language debate. But those 2 points, on the optional third language and the rail accident being connected to the imposition of Hindi. Tushar Gupta, I want you to respond to those points.
How?
Well, about the unfortunate rail accident earlier today in Tamil Nadu, there is still the preliminary investigation going on. And one of the investigations, as per the news reports, say that the vehicle proceeded to cross the railway line even when the gate was being closed. So we do not know what really happened. The investigation is still on. But I really find it disgusting that the death of the children is being politicized. Let the investigation be completed. Point number two about the MNS. Madhav, sometimes we overestimate the political importance of such parties that take to the streets, that engage in language chauvinism. This is true for Maharashtra also, for Karnataka also. Let's remember MNS secured a 1.55% vote share in the Maharashtra 2024 assembly elections. All right,
I'm sorry, Tushar, I'm just interrupting you because there is live pictures coming in from Brazil where, in fact, we're told that there is a award that is being given to the Prime Minister. In fact, it is the highest honor of Brazil, the Grand Collar of the National Order of the Southern Cross for Prime Minister Modi. The Grand Collar of the National Order of the Southern Cross is the highest grade of the Order of the Southern Cross, a Brazilian decoration awarded to foreign heads of state, a token of gratitude and recognition for those who've rendered significant service to the Brazilian nation. Those are the pictures coming in at this point of time that you see live from Brazil. Let's go across to Rishabh very quickly for an update on that. Rishabh, very, very significant that the Prime Minister has received the highest honor reserved for very few heads of state in Brazil.
Well, definitely, Madhav. Brazil has now conferred the highest honor, and that's called the Grand Collar of the National Order of the Southern Cross on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is the 26th highest national award that Prime Minister has received, 4th for that matter in last 1 week on this very tour itself. Apart from Argentina, we have had from Trinidad and Tobago, we have had from Ghana, and now from Brazil as well. So Argentina, for that matter, has handed over the key to Buenos Aires to Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well. So the world now recognizes India. The brand India is being recognized, and that's the reason that 26 national honors have been accorded on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in last 10 years by different countries across the globe.
All right, Rishabh, stay with us. There's some more breaking news coming in at the moment, and this is, of course, the latest statement coming in from President Trump. He's come out to reiterate his position as far as BRICS is concerned. He has said that there would be a 10% tariff additionally for those nations who support BRICS, and saying that this is going to hurt the dollar. That's the statement coming in from President Donald Trump. Listen in.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. President,
Yellow, in the yellow.
On the tariff issue, so you talked about India coming, but then a couple of days ago you issued a new tariff threat to members of the BRICS countries for if they align with anti-American policies.
10% charge.
That would be India, Brazil.
That's right, they have to pay 10% if they're in BRICS, because BRICS was set up to hurt us. BRICS was set up to degenerate our dollar and take our dollar as the standard, take it off as the standard. And that's okay if they want to play that game, but I can play that game too. So anybody that's in BRICS is getting a 10% charge.
Is that immediate, sir? Or is that
pretty soon.
If they engage in some behavior?
Well, if they're a member of BRICS, they're going to have to pay 10% tariff just for that one thing. And they won't be a member long. I thought BRICS was, I said this about a year ago, and it largely broke up. But, there are a couple that hang around, but I thought it largely broke up. BRICS is not, in my opinion, not a serious threat. But what they're trying to do is destroy the dollar so that another country can take over and be the standard. And we're not going to lose the standard at any time. If you have a smart president, you will never lose the standard. If you have a stupid president like the last one, you would lose the standard. You wouldn't have the dollar as you. And if we lost the world standard dollar, that would be like losing a war, a major world war. We would not be the same country any longer. We're not going to let that happen. The dollar, you ever hear the...
All right, Rishabh, in fact, Trump trying to justify the fact that he has spoken out against the BRICS, and it's clearly the BRICS common currency demand that has Trump completely rattled, saying that we will not allow the dollar to be replaced at any cost because that would be like losing a war.
Well, Madhav, definitely. If we talk about Donald Trump, he's right now trying to justify the tariff, saying that is all for America, and the way the BRICS tariff is now being announced, he's saying that 10% of additional tariff will be on countries that will be part of BRICS, and if they want to play that game, I can play that game too. In a way, Donald Trump still believes that BRICS is an anti-US setup, it is an anti-dollar setup, though there has been much discussion around the whole de-dollarization in BRICS, but Donald Trump definitely has that notion, and that's why this 10% extra tariff is being spoken about by Donald Trump.
All right, thanks so much, Rishabh, for all those quick updates. There's more breaking news coming in on the show. It's a new FATF report that is raising serious concerns, claiming that certain e-commerce platforms may have been exploited to fund terror operations. The FATF, or the Financial Action Task Force, has released a detailed report on terror financing, highlighting the growing misuse of e-commerce platforms in carrying out attacks. This report has cited the Pulwama and the Gorakhnath temple attacks as key examples of this. Let's go right across to Bhavtosh Singh, who's joining us for more on this. Bhavtosh, very significant that prominent e-commerce platforms are being named, payment gateways are being named as those which have played a role, perhaps unwittingly, to facilitate these terror attacks. Take us through the details.
Yes, Madhav, this is for the first time that FATF has gone into detail to explain how e-payment gateways as well as e-commerce giants are being misused, and they cited two cases. One is Pulwama terror attack of 2019, in which they said that large number of explosives were already brought into India by Jaish Mohammed, but one triggering device, that was aluminum powder, that was purchased through an e-commerce giant, and this was purchased without anyone knowing about it, and then subsequently the terror attack happened, in which 40 brave CRPS soldiers were martyred. The other case, which is more interesting, is the Gorakhnath temple attack of April 2022, in which they said that the accused use VPN to in fact mask his the entire trail, and then he in fact sent around 6 lakh rupees, which converts into $10,000 and this he was using payment getaways. He also received money, and all these transactions he was doing with ISIS individuals, and he was in fact chatting with them. All these details came out of his mobile phone details. He tried to mask all this, but it took UP ATS a lot of time to get these details. Now these findings are part of FATF report, which is called Comprehensive Terror Financing report, and they have said that India has also mentioned one very important thing, that is use of gold to finance terror. This has been done by all Al-Qaeda in Indian subcontinent and also by ISIS.
All right, thanks so much, Bhavtos, for joining us with those breaking inputs. We're going to move on to the next story that we're debating.